I'm going to talk about one extra module, Module 6, Red Flags and Emotional Awareness, to make sure that whoever wants to become a donor can also have an idea of what to look for in a recipient. We do that for donors as well. I've mentioned it before. We help donors just get a message at the end of the day from the recipient without all the hassle, all the screening. They might have to do a little bit of personal emotional screening because not everyone wants to donate to the same recipients, basically. Not everyone thinks some recipients are a match for them as a donor. Everyone has different preferences. Both recipients and donors have different preferences, and so it's important to keep that in mind. However, even if you do the screening yourself, you should do some screening. You shouldn't just donate to anyone. I generally say if you are financially healthy, mentally healthy, and physically healthy, that's the baseline. So if a recipient cannot afford my travel expenses, my travel time, my donation expenses, then I cannot help her because I think it's very important that the recipient has money saved up for a child, and I also think it's important that the recipient has enough money monthly to do a donation, and if she doesn't have the money every cycle for a donation, it's a little critical to believe that she can have the money every month for a baby, because a baby is going to be more expensive than a donor, right? A donor is usually not going to cost, if you don't go through an expensive bank and IVF and all that, a donor is not going to cost you $100,000 or more, but a kid can cost you that much, at least in the Western world, not in every country. So that's important to remember. If you see pushy recipients, unstable situations, they want or expect you to do things you don't want to do, maybe natural insemination, they push you towards natural insemination, or they are just not respectful, upright not respectful, just tell them kindly that you cannot donate to them. Of course, recipients see it as an insult sometimes when I decline them, and I have to decline a lot of recipients, and I will say something respectful like, hey, I'm sorry that I cannot be your donor, I wish you good luck finding the right match for you, or hey, I'm sorry but I cannot donate to you, I hope you find the right donor in the future. Again, a lot of people see it as an insult, and I get a lot of hate from recipients that I declined. I also get hate from other donors that see me as a competition, and I see the private donor industry as a group project for the health and the future of humanity, and not just as a competition between individuals. I think that's a little stupid way to see it. But there is a lot of hate, and you will face hate if you decline recipients, and you will face hate if you're a good donor, because if you're a good donor declining recipients and putting yourself out there, other donors won't like that, and the recipients who decline, they won't like that either. In order to get around that, you just have to say fuck it and don't care, or you can also have a team like us help you find the right donors and the right recipients, so you don't even get involved with all the hate and the weird messages and all the random stuff. But still, even if someone's not kind to you, you can stay respectful, you can explain it to them respectfully. I've had times when recipients paid me money for a travel. I had all the travel set up and paid for already, and then they wanted to cancel the travel. But for that week, where am I supposed to stay? I could spend my own money, but if someone changes their mind on their end, and I told them respectfully, then that's not on me. And I think they understood it. So I think if you just stay respectful, you can usually find your way around without any larger problems or issues or conflicts. Definitely protect your emotional and mental health. Don't donate too much. If you jerk off all the time, don't watch porn. Try to fantasize instead of watching porn. Find a sperm fairy, that's the best, right? Sperm fairy is like a girlfriend or a partner, dating partner. That can be whoever, just to make sure that you don't masturbate all the time, or you just do, let's say, one donation every week or every 2 weeks, because masturbation has not really been shown to be very healthy for the male brain, especially a masturbation that involves watching porn. So that's important. You also want to avoid risky or weird dynamics generally, which is why, again, I try to tell everyone to decline. And even if you think the recipient is kind of attractive, or if you've been donating and masturbating for a long time and you'd like to have sex again, that's fine, but I think it's smarter to keep that separate from your work as a donor, to keep things emotionally professional between the recipients and yourself. So yeah, that was basically it for all the modules. I hope that I could help some aspiring donors out there that want to become sperm donors. If you want to learn more, I have an extended course as well. Still going to look at what price I'm going to put it out there and what cause the money is going to go towards, because if I invest a couple hours and a lot of people buy the course, then I don't need that much money for the time I invested. I think it's always important to not take more than you need. So that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. If you want to learn more about growing your presence as a donor, if you want a team that helps you on your path as a donor, if you want to create respectful, trustworthy donor profiles, if you want to have social media, share your story on the way, be the most professional, be in demand, and be able to make a living even as a donor, which I think is fair. If someone really does the work, people would say, oh no, I don't like that he's making money by making babies. Well, someone has to pay for that man's health, and someone has to pay for that man's living. The sperm doesn't produce itself. It's the body, it's the person producing the sperm, right? So stupid comparison, but if you're taking milk from a cow, someone has to feed the cow, right? So it is fair for donors to make a living as a sperm donor, as a private and professional sperm donor. It's also absolutely possible. I was able to do it in a couple of months, and I've now been basically traveling the world as a sperm donor, and I want to share all the experience with other people, and I think we can really do that with our team and help you become more and more professional donors and create a healthier future for humanity. So thanks so much for watching my modules. I hope I could help you, and I hope I could help your future children as well.